Today's drink, down to the very cup that we need, has been sitting in my recipe book for quite some time, just waiting for the right figure, and now we have the perfect match. Hello and welcome back to Thirsty Thursday Toys, where we're celebrating the 30th anniversary of Jurassic Park by comparing both Hammond Collection Rexes and making a drink that I'm calling Don't Move. For this drink, you'll need a blueberry-hibiscus vodka, simple syrup, and club soda, and one of these types of cups for screen accuracy. I mean, yeah, if you want real accuracy, you'll just fill your cup with water, but here we go! Start with 1.5 parts of that blueberry-hibiscus vodka. I know there's also a strawberry version out there, but I like the blueberry one better. Then add a 1/2 part simple syrup. And top that off with some club soda, about 2.5 parts. And remember, it can't see you if you don't move. Cheers. For these two Jurassic World Hammond Collection Rexes, I'm trying to figure out which one to keep. Why not both? Because the plan is to have all my figures confined to a single cat-free room where they can't get chewed on, scratched up, or knocked off the shelves. This means that my space is limited, and the larger the figure, the more selective I have to be. Okay, so let's start off with availability and cost. The first T-Rex was available at Target stores in the US. Or rather, it was a surprise reveal at the Generation Jurassic event, which went live on the Target website and sold out immediately before many of us even knew it existed. Then it went back up for a regular pre-order and finally appeared in stores. I remember thinking I might not be able to find one, but it's been restocked at my local stores with multiple sales and deals since, so I've learned to just stop worrying. It retailed for $50, but the price jumped up a tad and has fluctuated between $53 and $55. I'm not sure what's happening with the Hammond Collection prices, because some of the $20 figures have gone up to $22 and others down to $16. I don't know. Either way, the other one was a San Diego Comic-Con 2022 exclusive and retailed for $80, but only if you were able to attend the convention or you were able to snag one on the Mattel Creations website afterwards, but that was somewhere around $90 after shipping. It sold out fairly quickly and the price then doubled on the aftermarket. Now the price has fallen a bit since its initial release, partially because some of those sets were opened and used, which is going to be the case here if I go to sell this set. See, when I sell things, I like to at least make my money back on them. I understand that this isn't always reasonable or possible, like with the regular Hammond Rex, at least right now. Nobody would want to pay full price for a loose figure and then shipping on top of that when it's still available at their local Target. Space-wise, the Rexes have literally the same footprint since they're the same mold, but the SDCC set came in this incredible package, which is a problem for me. It looks so good, I'm definitely not going to recycle it like I do with the rest of the Hammond stuff. So does the box go on my shelf and take up even more room? Does it sit in the garage? Do I try to sell it? On top of that, we have the Gennaro with the Outhouse. Mattel has a trend of including humans in their SDCC sets, and then releasing that human in the main line later, but without the accessories. So while I'm sure we'll see another Donald, I'm not sure if he'll have his bag and hat like he does here, and we definitely won't see another Outhouse. So, if you want an official Jurassic Park toilet, this is it. Now the base is cool. It lights up and actually has multiple sound effects. I love how they went the extra step and gave us the broken walls here, although I don't love that the walls and roof are just cardstock. But I think that this part alone is going to jump up in price. I've already decided that I'm selling mine. I can get Gennaro again if he shows up in the main line, and if not, then, no big loss. And the cardstock would more than likely get bent, folded, torn, or otherwise ruined at some point if I keep it. Now, honestly, I kind of wish I'd kept this in the package. That setup looked so good, and now that the Rex's tail is popped in, it's not going to fit in the box anymore. The tail pops in just like the regular retail version, and the sculpt and articulation are the same, even down to the same stuck right arm that I cannot swivel worth beans. The Rex was painted to give it that rainy nighttime look, which definitely works. Again, I love how they took an extra step, this time splattering the figure with little glossy spots to mimic the raindrops. You also have this higher contrast of the lighter belly against the darker rest of the figure, which I don't think looks as good out of context. I don't have enough space to set up an entire scene with the fence and cars, which would look stellar, so the retail version wins in terms of which paint job I'd rather see on the shelf. Either way, I'm getting rid of all my other Mattel Rexes, as this figure has them beat. I mean, yeah, I'm aware that there are gripes. The feet are too big, the teeth are too round, some issue with the eyes that honestly I can't see. But my biggest gripe is usually about the tails being too short and skinny, but I like this one. So that right there is a win for me. None of the other things are even on my radar, so I'm not going to be shelling out the entire cost of the figure itself just for some replacement feet, although it's cool that there are artists out there helping people make their most ideal version of the figure. This is already a dream figure for me. Before this, all we had officially for the combination of screen accurate and highly articulated was the Revoltech. Revoltech? So, in summary, I feel pretty confident that I could at least make my money back on the SDCC set compared to losing money on the retail figure. I prefer the paint job on the regular retail figure, and the cardstock Outhouse with Gennaro just isn't my cup of tea. Now, there's one thing keeping me from selling the entire set, and that's the T-Rex sign. I know there have been some of these signs with some of the huge resin statues, but I think this is the first time we've seen a sign in a regular Jurassic toy line. I love this. I mean, I'd love it more if the sticker was applied with a little more care, but it still might be my favorite piece from the set. Who knew? I'd love to put these little signs next to each of the original dinos on my shelf. I've seen some 3D printed ones, which I might have to pick up now, but I would love to get some official ones. I'm not sure if they'll make any more, but one can hope. Is my conclusion frustrating? It is a little to me. Would you rather keep the SDCC set? I feel like I kind of wasted it by opening it and then turning around and selling it, and I don't usually feel like this. But I guess it's stuff like this that informs the rules I put on my collecting. The boundaries, the limits, the sizes, and the price points, otherwise we could go overboard. And that's one of the things with exclusive sets like this. When you have these super limited sets and figures, you succumb to the FOMO and maybe spend more than you hope to, or buy things you never would if you had more time to stop and think about them. If you don't own either figure and are looking to pick one up, or own just one and are contemplating getting the other, I hope at least some part of this video helped. Either way, I want to thank you for watching, wish you good luck getting whatever version you're after or whatever figure you're hunting for next, and remind you to please drink responsibly.